Few fighters in the history of boxing embodied both artistry and grit like Marco Antonio Barrera. Known worldwide as the baby-faced assassin, Barrera's fists carried the weight of Mexico's boxing pride through the 1990s and 2000s. With a career spanning over 2 decades, he earned respect not just for his titles and records, but for his tactical brilliance, ability to reinvent himself, and the sheer drama of his rivalries. As of now, Barrera's estimated net worth sits at $20 million, a fortune built not only in the squared circle, but also from endorsements, exhibitions, television commentary, and business ventures. While the wealth is significant, it pales in comparison to his greater riches. An indelible place in boxing history, the adoration of fans, and a legacy of perseverance that continues to inspire. Early life. Marco Antonio Barrera Tapia was born on January 17, 1974, in the bustling heart of Mexico City. His childhood was not defined by extreme poverty like many Mexican fighters, but nor was it lavish. His family gave him stability and structure, but from a young age, Barrera felt the pull of the boxing gym. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Barrera's early years weren't marked solely by survival. He was bright in school, disciplined, and eventually took an interest in law studies at university. But before he cracked open books of civil codes, he was cracking the heavy bag. His family encouraged education, yet boxing had already gripped him by his teenage years. By 15, he was fighting professionally, a boy competing with grown men. As an amateur, Barrera amassed an astonishing record of 104 wins and only 4 defeats, becoming a 5-time Mexican national champion. He began his career with an unbeaten streak of 56 fights, a feat that foreshadowed the unyielding spirit that would define his professional journey. Personal life. Behind a fighter's mask, Barrera is a family man. He married Sandra Barrera, and together they built a private, grounded home life away from the roar of arenas. The couple has 2 children, whom they have largely kept out of the spotlight, a testament to their commitment to shielding family from the pressures of fame. Though his specific religious beliefs are private, Barrera's career was steeped in the spirituality common in Mexican culture. Before big fights, he was often seen crossing himself, a small act of faith before stepping into battle. After hanging up his gloves, Barrera turned to the microphone. Since 2009, he has been a prominent boxing commentator for ESPN Deportes, Gulp a Gulp, and later worked with TV Azteca, using his insight to analyze fights and mentor the next generation. His voice is calm and deliberate, a stark contrast to the thunderous violence he once unleashed. Beyond broadcasting, Barrera has also taken part in exhibition bouts, including high-profile events in recent years that served both as nostalgia for fans and as a reminder that the baby-faced assassin's skills never fully left him. Professional career. The teenage prodigy. On November 22, 1989, a 15-year-old Marco Antonio Barrera entered the professional ranks with a second-round knockout of David Felix. He was still just a boy, but his face, smooth, almost innocent, belied the ferocity of his punches. Fans began calling him the baby-faced assassin, a nickname that would follow him forever. Through the early 1990s, he fought relentlessly, often multiple times a year. By the age of 20, he had amassed over 40 wins, carving his way through Mexico's brutal boxing circuit. Super Bantamweight Champion, 1995 to 1996. In March 1995, Barrera seized his first world title, the WBO Super Bantamweight Championship, with a victory over Daniel Jimenez in California. That one marked the birth of a world champion, and Barrera defended his title with a series of emphatic performances, including a savage 12th round stoppage of Kennedy McKinney. The McKinney fight was a classic. Both men exchanged knockdowns, and the bout became the debut fight on HBO's Boxing After Dark. By its end, the boxing world knew Barrera was special. First fall, the Junior Jones setbacks. In 1996, Barrera met American Junior Jones, and for the first time, he tasted professional defeat. Jones's reach and power frustrated him. In the 5th round, Barrera's corner entered the ring while he was down, leading to a disqualification. A rematch in 1997 brought more heartbreak, with Jones winning on points. For many fighters, 2 straight losses would have spelled the end of promise. But Barrera was not like most fighters. He retreated, recalibrated, and plotted his rebirth. The Haim Shockwave, 2001. By 2001, Barrera had already reclaimed momentum, and when he signed to fight the flamboyant, undefeated Prince Naseem Haim, he was cast as the underdog. The fight, held in Las Vegas, was expected to be a coronation for Haim. Instead, it was a masterclass in strategy. Barrera neutralized Haim's unorthodox style with poise and precision, even taunting him in the ring. The unanimous decision victory stunned the boxing world, handing Haim his first and only professional defeat. That night, Barrera ascended from Mexican hero to global legend. The Morales Trilogy, 2000 to 2004. If the Haim fight brought Barrera worldwide acclaim, it was his rivalry with Erik Morales that cemented his immortality. Their trilogy is regarded as one of the greatest in boxing history. Fight I, 2000 Morales edged Barrera via a controversial split decision. Many believe Barrera deserved the nod, but the war itself, knockdowns, wild exchanges, sheer willpower, earned Fight of the Year honors. Fight 2, 2002 Barrera got his revenge, boxing with elegance and fire to capture the WBC featherweight title. Fight 3, 2004 in their final clash, Barrera won by majority decision. Both men had traded enough leather to last a lifetime, but it was Barrera's adaptability that shone. Their rivalry was a symphony of violence, skill, and pride. To this day, Mexican fans debate who is truly greater, though both men elevated each other to legends. The Pacquiao Challenge, 2003-2007. In November 2003, Barrera met the rising Filipino southpaw Manny Pacquiao. What followed was a punishing display of speed and relentlessness from Pacquiao, who stopped Barrera in the 11th round. Barrera, outgunned but never cowardly, fought with grit until his corner conceded. For years later, in 2007, they met again. This time, Barrera fought more cautiously, but Pacquiao's dominance prevailed by unanimous decision. The losses did little to tarnish Barrera's legacy. If anything, they showed his willingness to face the best, no matter the odds. Final years in retirement. After defeating a string of contenders, Barrera retired in 2011. His final record, 75 fights, 67 wins, 44 by knockout, 7 losses, and 1 no contest. A 3-division world champion, Barrera had faced and often beaten the very best of his era. In 2017, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, his name etched permanently among the sport's immortals. House tour and car collection. Marco Antonio Barrera today lives in Mexico City, where he owns a modern mansion that reflects both luxury and Mexican tradition. High walls ensure privacy, but inside, the home features wide courtyards, a pool, and a trophy room filled with glittering belts and mementos from his career. His car collection is a quiet passion. While Barrera is not ostentatious, he owns a Ferrari and a Lamborghini, vehicles that speak to his success. He also reportedly maintains more practical cars for family life, balancing extravagance with everyday utility. For fans lucky enough to glimpse his home life through social media or interviews, it's clear Barrera enjoys a comfortable lifestyle, far removed from the blood and sweat of his fighting days. College career. In a rare twist for a world champion, Barrera pursued law studies while still an active boxer. During the mid-1990s, at the height of his super bantamweight success, he attended university lectures by day and trained by night. Though he never completed the degree, the pursuit of education revealed Barrera's intellectual curiosity. Even in retirement, his sharpness as a commentator reflects the analytical mind of someone who once considered a legal career. As of today, Marco Antonio Barrera is alive and well. At 51 years old, he continues to work in media, make appearances at major boxing events, and occasionally step into the ring for exhibitions. Rumors of ill health or death have circulated online in the past, but they remain baseless. The baby-faced assassin still walks among us, living proof that legends don't fade easily. Marco Antonio Barrera's story is not just about titles or rivalries. It is about resilience, reinvention, and legacy. From a 15-year-old debutante in Mexico City to a 3-division world champion, from college classrooms to Las Vegas lights, from bloody wars with Morales to tactical masterpieces against Hamed, Barrera has lived a life that few can match. Today, his $20 million fortune underscores his success, but the true measure of his wealth lies in the respect of fans, the inspiration of fighters who follow in his footsteps, and the eternal roar of crowds who remember what it was like to watch the baby-faced assassin in his prime. In every sense, Marco Antonio Barrera remains what he always was: a fighter, a family man, and a legend whose name will forever echo in the annals of boxing.